Good evening, class 11. So, with the next session of geometric progression, some things were left. See that. So, this is the last portion we are doing for the geometric progression. Next, we'll be starting miscellaneous series. Okay. And one thing more, you people are not asking any question. That is ridiculous of you people. It's all question you can do from the exercise. Nobody is asking a single question. So, please ask. Okay, now see, this is the nth term from the end of finite GP. Okay, you have to find the nth term from the end. So if AR A square is a GP having m terms, okay, having m terms, then nth term from the end will be m minus n plus 1th term from the beginning. Okay, you can calculate by taking 5 or 4 or 6 or 7 terms. It will come like this only. So m minus n plus 1th term from beginning. So value of m minus n plus 1th term will be equal to AR m minus n plus 1 minus 1. That is AR m minus 1. Okay. So this will be the nth term from the end. Now, in the cases, sometime last term is given. Okay, last term L is given. So then nth term from the end is required. Okay, then you require nth term from the end. In that case, you have to do nothing but start your GP from the last term. Okay, start the GP from the last term. So the last term will be the first term, and the common ratio will be 1 upon R now. Okay. So, and apply the formula ARn minus 1. So that is nth term from the end will be L into, this is A and this is R, AR n minus 1. So this is the last term from the end of a GP. Okay. Now, what result is there? 3 numbers ABC. 3 numbers ABC are in GP if B square is equal to AC. Okay, this is the condition for 3 numbers to be in GP. Now see, if A, B, C are in GP, then the common ratio will be equal. So B upon A will be equal to C upon B. That will imply B square is equal to AC, or B square is equal to under root of AC. Okay. Now, one result is there. Problem involving 3, 4 or 5 numbers in GP. Okay. So see children, you can take the term from anywhere, 3, 4, 5 terms, but actually that will increase your calculation. Okay. So if we take the selective number of terms, then the calculation will be very much easier. For this we have to take the definite number of terms here. Okay. Now see, 3 numbers we take as A upon R, A, AR. This is a GP. So 3 numbers will be taking like this only. Just remember this thing. I'm telling you again, you can take any number, but if you take these numbers, calculation will be reduced. Okay. And 4 numbers will be taken as A upon R cube, A upon R, AR, AR cube. Right. And 5 numbers will be taken as A upon R square, A upon R, A, AR and AR square. So just remember this 3 and 4 terms. 5 is never asked. So 3, 4 terms you remember. Okay. Then sum of infinite GP. Okay. Sum of infinite GP. So we know that sum of n terms of a GP. Sum of n terms of a GP is Sn is equal to A 1 minus Rn upon 1 minus R. Okay. Now when R is less than 1. Okay. R is less than 1. Then Rn, R to the power n decreases. It will decrease as n increases. Means R will be small than 1, so it will be in fraction. So suppose it is 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 4. So as you go on increasing R, that means denominator will increase. The whole fraction will be decreasing. So Rn decreases as n increases. So n increases means R to the power n will decrease. Okay, that is when n will tend to infinity, n is going to infinity, then Rn will turn to 0. Okay, so from equation 1 we have S infinity will be equal to A upon 1 minus R. So this is the sum of infinite GP. Okay. So this was all left in the GP. Now a few questions I have tried. Children, again, this practice is useless because I am doing by myself. So just you try it and ask from me where you are having the problem. That will be more better. Okay. Now see, this is exercise 9.3, question number 23. The question was the first and nth term of a GP are A and B, and if P is the product of n terms, then you have to prove that P square equal to AB whole to the power n. Okay, so first and nth term. So obviously first term is A only, nth term is B. So A n is equal to B. That is A R n minus 1 is equal to B. So we get R n minus 1 is equal to B upon A. Now P is the product of n terms. So P will be A into AR square up till AR n minus AR n. Okay. So this is your sum of n terms. Now if you add here, see AR like this, then what we get, it will be A to the power n times. Okay, it will be multiplied n times, then A multiplied by n times, n times, that will be A to the power of n. Okay, now see about R. What will R be? R will be added to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so since R is having it is not having n terms. Okay, it is having only n minus 1 terms here. Okay, so it will be moving up till this is R n minus 1. So it will be moving here up till n minus 1 term. See, R is starting from here. Total terms we have n here, but R starts from here only. Okay, so n minus 1 terms. Now how to get the sum of this 1, 2, 3 n minus 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 up till n minus 1 terms will be, it is simple AP. So n minus 1 term sum will be n minus 1 by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 minus 1 into D is 1. So that will be n minus 1 by 2. So we have P e to the power n R n minus 1 by 2. It is P A n, this is R n minus 1 into n by 2. So value of R n minus 1 is B upon A. So this is B upon A power n by 2. So P square will be equal to A to the power 2n B upon A to the power n. So P square will be AB to the power n. This was to be proved. Now next question I have seen 27. Geometric mean of A and B is root AB. Okay. So it is given that this is the geometric mean between two numbers A and B. So an plus 1 plus bn plus 1, this is equal to root AB. Now simply multiply this. I multiplied, and I have taken this term and this term and this one and this one. On simplification you get an plus 1 by 2 is equal to bn plus 1 by 2. So a upon b n plus 1 upon 2, it will be 1 here. So 1 we can write a upon b to the power 0. So n plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 0. So n will be equal to minus r. Okay. Now this was the 28th question. Okay, this is very important. So it was question was sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. So I have taken two numbers A and B. The sum of the two numbers is equal to 6 times their geometric mean. That will be root AB. So I have done here what? A plus B upon 2 root AB, and 3 will be left here, written like this. Now children, one thing is componendo and dividendo. Okay. So actually what it says that if A upon B is equal to C upon D, then we can write A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. Right. So by this by applying component and dividend rule. So we'll do here a plus b plus 2 root ab and a plus b minus 2 root ab. On this side 3 plus 1 upon 3 minus 1. So this is root a plus root b whole square. This is root a minus root b whole square is equal to 2. Put it 2 upon 1. So root a plus root b, root a minus root b is equal to root 2 upon 1. Again apply component and dividend rule. So we get root a like this. We are getting root a upon root b is equal to root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 minus 1. So squaring both sides we get a upon b is equal to this much. This was to be proved. Now the next question was I have taken from, I don't know where I have taken the book with me. So y is equal to 1 plus x square up to infinity, where x is less than 1. Then show that x is equal to y minus 1 upon y. Okay. So on RHSC it is an infinite GP. The sum is a upon 1 minus r. A will be 1, r will be x. So it is 1 upon 1 minus x. So y minus xy is equal to 1. Xy is equal to y minus 1 and x is equal to y minus 1 upon y. Okay children, so it is I am leaving this here. Now please ask any number of questions. You can call me, you can ask the questions. Just take my cell phone number, it is all with you. So ask any question. Don't feel any problem, don't hesitate to ask. Okay, good night.